Hey guys, how are you doing today? This is Jeremy Roos. I am the Chief Revenue Officer for FreeVolt USA. And I want to talk a little bit about going solar during the quarantine lockdown and how you can still do it. And the cities have restricted us a little bit, but we can still kind of work with very little interaction. And we'll go over some basics about solar. We'll go over some basics about FreeVolt. And then I'm really excited to tell you about our new panels and also a new partnership that we have. Not necessarily new, but we're really starting to get into what we're doing with this company, and just some great things about FreeVolt. A little something to change up the pace of your day. So first of all, why go solar? You've probably heard this before, but I'm just going to go through it pretty quick. If you average $200 a month to Edison, or whoever your utility company is, you are going to end up spending $100,000 or more over the next 20 years. So that's a lot of money. And why is that? Well, it's because Edison increases an average of 6.8% per year. So before you know it, that $200 is going to be $250, then it's going to be $300. And then the other thing is Edison is switching everybody over to time of use rates. Now, you can switch back and stay on the regular tiered plan, but they're going to default everybody to time of use. And most people don't pay much attention. All of a sudden, they're going to notice that, bam, their electric bill is higher. And because instead of charging you more if you use more power, they're going to charge you more just depending on the time of day. So for people that are normally very conservative, their rates are going to go up quite a bit. One watchdog group estimated to be about a 21% increase for some people. That's crazy. So solar can definitely help with that. But why go solar now? We're in the middle of this quarantine. Like, you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. Well, one thing is a lot of people have either had a reduced paycheck. Some people are now unemployed. Some people are furloughed. So you're looking for ways to reduce costs. So solar is a way to reduce your overhead with no money out of pocket. Most of our clients are going to see a savings of anywhere from 25 to 50%, depending on the size of the system, the amount of power that they need. Also, right now, you can still take advantage of the tax credit, 26%. Used to be 30. Next year, it's going to go down to 22. So 26 is better than 22. Now, they might extend that because with the coronavirus and everything, it's slowed down a lot of construction. And there are some efforts underway in Congress to extend that tax credit. They're still trying to get the 30% extended a little bit, but we don't know what's going to happen. So take advantage of it now because we don't know what's next. And again, we can do all of this online with no in-person contact. I have been doing video proposals for my clients for close to a year now. We can also do it through Zoom meetings. I like doing the videos though because homeowners can kind of watch it on their own. They can take notes, they can write down their questions, and they don't have the pressure of a salesperson in their face. Whether that's in person or whether that's over Zoom, yes, I like to talk about it. Yes, I want to answer your questions. Yes, I will explain why it's a good thing. But sometimes people just want the information without the pressure of a salesperson. I've been doing that anyway, and now that's the norm with the whole coronavirus situation. So a little bit about FreeVolt. If you don't know, we are a manufacturer. We're not just another solar installer. Our panels are manufactured in Europe, so high quality European product. There's no middleman. We pass the savings directly to our customers. We have a worldwide presence. So over in Europe, we're in 11 countries, over 100 offices. We've been there since 2005. Here in the United States, the U.S. they expanded to the United States in 2016. Palm Desert is the U.S. headquarters. We have 6 or 7 other offices here in Southern and Central California. We have an office in Texas. We've got a couple more offices coming to some other states as well. So we are growing. We're a debt-free company. We don't owe anybody any money. We're backed by European Union. We own our factory free and clear. There's no mortgage on our factory. So, we're a very financially strong company. And we'll talk a little bit more about why we're going to be financially strong for the long term later on in this presentation. We have an industry-leading 30-year warranty, covers all equipment and labor, so you know that that system is going to be covered. And there's no argument on whether it's the installer or the manufacturer that's going to cover your system. We're both, so we cover it all. Now, warranties are one thing, but solar panels degrade. So some panels degrade more than others. Our panels degrade less than anything on the market. At least that's what we put in writing. Maybe some of these other panels don't degrade as much as they put in writing, but they're doing this to protect themselves. We understand that. So there's some really good panels on this list. If you get a system with any one of these brands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. The three that are right below FreeVolt, those are kind of the big dogs, and then there's FreeVolt. They've got great warranties, but look at ours. Ours is 5 years longer than theirs. And then over on the other side, you're going to see the performance guarantee after 25 years. And basically what we're saying is, as long as the panels are maintained, you got to clean them once in a while, our panels after 25 years are still going to be producing 96.5% of their nameplate rating. That's amazing. That means that your system is almost full bore 25 years down the road. That's better than anybody else. I mean, there's some good numbers on this list, but we're the best. Let's talk about the future of solar. And I'm going to tell you right now that future is actually here. So FreeVolt has patented the use of graphene in solar panels. If you don't know what graphene is, look it up, check it out. There's some really cool YouTube videos on it. But they've been talking about graphene in solar panels for years. Well, guess what? FreeVolt patented it. Graphene is a superconductor, meaning that it converts sunlight at a much higher rate. It's a carbon derivative, and so it's incredibly strong. It's very thin, practically transparent. It's actually one of the only, if not the only, substance on the planet that exists in a two-dimensional form. So it's so thin, it's one atom thin, but it's stronger than steel. Graphene also allows us to have millions of connection points. So each connection point on a solar cell is a place where the sunlight is converted into electricity. Most companies use like a bus bar system you see on the left. We used to use smart wire, which we thought was better, but graphene is like literally millions of connection points. And those millions of contact connection points are millions of points where the sunlight is converted to electricity. That's why we're able to convert more sunlight. It's about 20% more energy production. It's actually 30% over some lesser quality modules, but we're producing more power from fewer watts, which means we're able to reduce the cost of our system. So let's take a look at that in real world situation. So here we've got a live production system. It's exceeding the nameplate rating. There's no other panel that does this. This is a 6.6 kilowatt system. It's up in Fresno, but it's producing nearly 7 kilowatts of power. Now, this is peak time of day, but it's doing this for several hours throughout the day. So you're getting more power out of this system than you're going to get from other systems. Now, there's going to be some solar guys out there that don't even understand this. We've posted this slide into solar professional groups, and a lot of the salespeople don't even understand that this is a thing. They just basically put in the numbers into a computer, it spits out a design. They're not paying attention, but their panels are less efficient, their panels generate less power, and so they're never going to hit a number like this, but FreeVolt's panels do. Now let's look at this in dollars and cents. So the average price of solar is about $3.50 a watt. That might be a little high, might be a little low. Every system is different, but I'm just going to use this for illustration purposes. This is a complete theoretical system, and if you want me to do a real evaluation on a proposal that you might have gotten from another company, I'm happy to do that for you. We can definitely put some numbers together, and you can see what the difference is for you. But at an average price of $3.50 a watt, let's say that you need 17,500 kilowatt hours per year. That's going to replace approximately a $325 a month bill. 10 kilowatts to produce that power is going to cost you $35,000. But what happens if you go to FreeVolt? FreeVolt, we could produce that same power from an 8.7 kilowatt system. Now again, this is theoretical, illustrative purposes, but I'm happy to look at a real life scenario for you and show you the difference that Graphene and FreeVolt's PV Graph panels can make. But you can see here, because of the reduced system size that produces the same power, we're able to reduce your cost by nearly $5,000, a little over $4,500. That's huge. That's a lot of money that you're saving by utilizing FreeVolt's PV Graph panels. So also with FreeVolt, we have a great ambassador program, minimum of $500 per referral. We do some promotions at other times and give you some opportunities to earn even more money, but we're happy to pay you for your referrals. It's all done through an app. We pay you electronically. It's a great program. Now, FreeVolt has a couple of partnerships, and I'm going to go through this one first. Living Desert. If you live here in the Coachella Valley or in Southern California, you might have been to the Living Desert before. We donated a solar system to them a couple of years ago, and I'm really proud of this one because I've got 4 kids, so I love to take them over to the Living Desert, and we go there probably about 4 or 5 times a year. And now I can show them the solar system that Daddy's company put in. It's educational. It does provide some power to the park, but not a lot. It's basically there to illustrate the environmental benefits of solar. We talk so much about the financial benefits and the control over the cost of power that sometimes we forget that solar is great for the environment. So the Living Desert display or exhibit, I guess you call it, has some of that information about how it benefits the habitat. And I invite you to go check it out at Living Desert. Obviously, once this quarantine is over, the Living Desert's not open right now. Just minimal staff to handle the animals, but it's a great place to go. They've won all kinds of awards for being one of the best wildlife conservation parks in the country. So now to our new partnership. So we recently partnered with S2A Modular. We've signed an agreement to provide their solar. Now, what is S2A Modular? They do, basically, they build homes in factories. Now, that might sound weird. You might be thinking of mobile homes and trailers and stuff like this, but I can assure you it's nothing like that. And I invite you to check out s2amodular.com, check out their website, check out the homes that they produce. But we're going to be doing all of the solar for them. These homes are zero net energy, meaning they're going to produce as much or more energy than what they actually consume. It's highly sustainable living, all electric appliances, low voltage, and they're doing multiple housing communities. They are doing one community that's going to be 100% off grid. Every house comes with a Tesla in the garage. So, that's pretty cool stuff. And we're their solar partner. So, if you look at this, it's a 5-year exclusive partnership. So, they are the only modular construction company at this point that can offer our PV Graf panels. Now that might change. They might end up being the only company that can do it. So if you own a construction company or if you're in charge of purchasing for a construction company and you're interested in using our panels on your projects, because obviously there's a California solar mandate right now, and so we need, if you're building houses, you have to put solar on it. You want to look at our panels because they are going to reduce the cost that it's going to require for you to comply with the new mandate. So, but as far as S2A, they're building at least 8 megafactories that are going to include our panels. I think they're actually going to build much more than that, but at least 8 factories. They're going to be pumping out 1,000 to 3,000 homes per year. And then they've got a lot of other projects too. And I'm not really at liberty to talk about those other projects, but let's just say it's huge. What they're doing is not just here in California, it's going to be all over the country. I mean, we're talking about places like Seattle and Texas and Florida, North Carolina. There's so many places where S2A is planning to reach out. And this goes back to what we talked about earlier about the financial stability of this company. We've got a 30-year warranty. It's the longest in the industry. But if I tell you that we have a 30-year warranty and then 2 years from now we're out of business, what good is that? So this right here can kind of show you where FreeVolt is going. We've got a lot of work to be done with S2A, but they are fully financed and they're doing so many projects that we are in a great financial position for the next few years. Plus, unlike a lot of other companies that you might deal with, we don't have just one location. We've got our offices in Europe. Our European owners are partners here in the United States. They're supporting us. We've got several other offices that work under us here in the United States, from San Diego to Temecula to Los Angeles to Ontario, Fresno, Dallas, Texas. I mean, we are going to be everywhere. So that warranty is good, not just now, but it's good for the next 30 years. So that's pretty much all I have for today. Obviously, I'm never going to pressure anybody into going solar. I'll remind you a lot, that it's a good idea. And I'm always here if you want to talk. If you have a larger project for FreeVolt, definitely reach out to me. As a chief revenue officer, I handle most of the large projects. At least I'm at least part of most of them. If you're just looking for solar for your home, whether you're in the Palm Springs area or somewhere else that we serve, if I can't help you, I'll definitely put you in touch with the qualified rep that'll handle your needs, and we'll get you taken care of. So thank you for listening. I appreciate your time. Everybody, please stay safe, and we'll see you on the other side.